Hello, good afternoon, everyone. I'm Elmer Soriano, and I'm joined by Pons Carpio from the IMDM, and we welcome you to this orientation on the Gaston Z. Ortigas Fellowship Program. We're partnering with IMDM, and maybe Pons can share a few words about IMDM.
Uh, I'll share more about IMDM later on, but just a few words. Well, IMDM, which stands for International Movement of Development Managers, is a creation of the our batch in 2000 when we were midstream in our batch. We had some brainstorming of what comes next, and one of the outputs is, well, we have to take actions on what we have learned here, because we believe that knowledge without action is useless. So, um, but we need we recognize that we have to work as an organization. So that's why we set up and put up and registered IMDM, so International Movement of Development Managers. Ang founding members were not only graduates of yung class namin, but we invited also others. So si Coratec, which batch ahead of us, was in fact a prime mover in really shaping it all these years. And so we have been nurturing the organization, doing our bits, and I can tell more about that later on after yung stint ni Elmer. So that's it for now.
Okay, thank you, Pons. Sige, so I will be presenting the concept of uh, um, the Gaston Z. Ortigas Fellowship Program. And let me just share my screen. Hold on. For those of you who ano who remember Prof. Titos Ortigas, Prof. Titos Ortigas is the son of si uh, Gaston Z. Ortigas Sr. So si Prof. Titos is Gaston Ortigas Jr. Si Prof. Gasti Ortigas Sr. Was a president of AIM, and then under his during his it was during his term that the MDM program was conceptualized. No? And he was a development and justice advocate, and we're thankful to um, the Ortigas family. Pinaalam natin to that we would name this fellowship program after their father, no, si Gasti Ortigas. So I'll share with you the fellowship program as we have conceptualized it. Um, Yan, no? So Prof. Gasti Ortigas was a pivotal figure sa AIM. He was the Dean of the Asian Institute of Management from 86 to 1990, and it was during that period na conceptualize yung development management. Um, and he was an advocate in many different sectors, and we thought that he's a good model na yung engagement niya as a change manager hindi confined to a change agent, hindi confined he wasn't confined to just a single sector. Uh, so for the Gaston Z. Ortigas Fellowship, or GZO Fellowship, Um, we aim to address large-scale climate and social equity challenges. No? So MDM was started in the early 1990s. At the start, wala pang internet noon. No? When I was a student in 97, early stage pa lang yun ng internet, and email was a breakthrough technology. Pero ngayon, the external environment is far bigger and far more complex and far more technology enabled, and therefore development managers like ourselves can induce change on a larger scale. Now we're also plugged into large complex systems na naabutan natin. We experienced COVID, the pandemic, and we saw how um, systems can change overnight, and these are enabled by technologies. And also disruptions can happen very quickly. So the fellowship program aims to empower AIM alumni, not just MDM alumni, but AIM alumni, to lead initiatives that foster sustainable development and community well-being at scale, no? With emphasis on the scale. Kasi as as managers, as professional managers, we're already equipped to influence the firms or the organizations that we work in. But because of technology and because of the scale of the problems, there's a opportunity to lead ecosystems, no? Networks, consortia. And if you think about the AIM alumni, there are over 1,000 MDM alumni. And I don't know how many AIM alumni yung counterpart niyan. Baka 20,000 or 30,000 since AIM was started. So imagine, and now it's so easy to connect with each other. So imagine what we could do collectively if we knew how to lead and mobilize for collective action. So for the fellowship program, it would be a 6 to 12 to 24-month program, depending on the appetite of the fellows, um, and what they want to do during as the fellowship. But the key themes will include bridging leadership, systems thinking, community resilience, and complex systems. No? We will focus on wicked problems na madalas hindi kaya, na no single organization can solve these problems. And that's where change agents at the ecosystem level will intervene. And yun yung gusto naming projects ng mga fellows. Hold on. Yeah. So eligibility and curriculum, this is open to all AIM alumni who are interested in developing their leadership skills, upskilling, no, yung mga natutunan natin in the 1990s and early 2000s, baka may new tools na pwede tayong matutunan to propel us in the next uh, several years. The curriculum will include a set of modules that cover new areas of leadership, AI, uh, policy design, and community-centered engagement. One technique that we will teach na maaring hindi na practice ng mga students while you were students because you needed a real world platform and maybe you couldn't have done that while you were enrolled, is the problem driven iterative adaptation. No? This is a technique developed at Harvard Kennedy School of Government, where we engage real world systems and look at leverage points para kahit na konti lang tayo or limited ring resources, with the right leverage points, interventions at the right leverage points, we can trigger a cascade of outcomes. Yeah. Yeah. So we will attempt to work on leadership and leadership beyond your existing organizations, no? Um, uh, Deploying yourself in complex intersections. Kasi yung SDGs, ang daming mga intersections yan na hindi kaya ng isang organization. Even if you're in government, ang daming complex intersections. And then we also will be encouraging fellows to leverage the infrastructures of government and universities. No? We have some techniques and platforms that will allow you to engage universities at a relatively high level so that you get to leverage the brain power of a few individual or a few dozen faculty and a few hundred to a few thousand university students. No? The same for government. No? There are we can work with leverage points at subnational, national, and transnational levels so that we can have a possible impact across countries, no, in Southeast Asia, across multiple countries. So we will be choosing techniques na gano'n. So there will be mentorship. We have a few MDM alums who will guide us. Hindi naman sila super experts in this. No? We're still peers, we're still fellow alums, but we've been practicing using these techniques for some time, so we can share with you how we deploy these techniques. And then ecosystem-based leadership training, meaning we will be helping you locate yourself in the institutional ecosystem and then see how you can induce change across multiple geographies and institutions. We'll be going for scale, just like I mentioned. And then we'll be using tools, including AI-enabled tools. Ang bilis lumabas ng mga AI tools, and they're actually very powerful. And it's like, being a manager having 10 to 20 MDM alumni as teammates. No? With the right techniques, we can leverage AI so that we're able to multiply our knowledge capital tenfold. So our intention is to develop the MDM alumni's collective capacity to not just MDM but AIM alums collective capacity. So while the fellowship is for individuals, we're hoping na mag-emerge rin yung awareness and potential for collective action. Not just MDM. There are over 1,000 alumni, all in positions middle to senior management all over the Philippines and in other countries. So, and then if you start counting MBM alumni as well, ang dami nun, no? And we can influence our own organizations and enter into interorganizational partnerships if we just had the platform. And we're hoping that this could be the beginnings of that kind of a collaboration platform. Um, Ayan. Okay. Um, yun. Uh, Yan. So ang mangyayari, we will expect the fellows, those who are interested in the fellowship, to submit 3 to 5 possible initiatives that they have some professional expertise, although you need not be limited to your expertise. No? You can use this as a way of pivoting to a new sector, or expanding or extending your current portfolio. So you can use the fellowship program as a platform for that. And then we will help you identify entry points so that you can start engaging and deploying yourself in the spaces. And then, there may mga tools and hacks already so that yung nosebleed na gagawin noon, yung mga log frame, mga ganyan, AI can now help accelerate the the cognitive work, no, or deload us from the cognitive work. Of course, our expertise and judgment will still be needed, and we will leverage that against technology. Yeah, so we will have a minimum of 6 months. The intention is for us to have a series of lecture videos, short lecture videos that you can view asynchronously at your own convenience. And then we will also have monthly check-in meetings, no? So that as a cohort, magkikita-kita tayo on Zoom, sabay-sabay. You get to know your cohort mates, develop rapport, uh, and then share ideas. Parang yung learning teams or CAN group sa MDM. And then by the second month, we will help you identify and engage in entry points if you want to engage at the city level, provincial level, regional level, or national level. Gusto mo nyo mag-engage doon, will help you identify entry points, will introduce you para yung pasok nyo doon as a change maker with a platform. No? Just so i-share ko lang last month we had fellows. They were actually MDM students, and then we pushed them so that they pitched a proposal to Quezon City Mayor Joy Belmonte. And then yun, nakakuha sila ng meeting. They were able to present their proposal, and we expect our fellows to be able to engage at city level at least, no? City level at the smallest scale, and then pwedeng provincial, regional, national, or transnational. And then by the third month, we'll be iterating. No, we will see how the institutional arrangements are evolving para mapahinog natin. No? And then the institutional partners become serious, high leverage, high value platforms. Uh, in terms of learning support, we will have a learning facilitator. We'll be working in learning teams. You will be learning much of what you will learn here through real world on-site partnerships with mayors, governors, agencies. And then we also have a number of laboratories that you can use as vehicles for your advocacy. So we have financial inclusion lab, zero hunger lab, climate action labs. We have multiple labs na pwede niyong gamiting platforms. So the costing of this, ang full cost nito is 30,000 pesos. And we have um, mobilized some sponsors and support so that we can reduce the learning fee to 5,000 pesos para hindi naman pahirapan, especially for the new fresh graduates or those who graduated recently. Um, Yun, successful applicants are encouraged to engage in local resource development and then mapping opportunities para maging sustainable and scalable. For those fellows who are interested, we can um, attempt to locate you and help you to engage in UN adjacent initiatives so that you will be close enough to United Nations agencies, no? UNODC, UNICEF, WHO, depending on where your portfolio is, so that this can also be a platform to thrust you and help you expand your professional contacts. Okay, so ito, no? So we're inviting all AIM alums who are interested in this journey. We have a website. We'll be posting it, and we look forward to those of you who are interested in participating in this program.